Hi, hope you're having a great day. You're watching J Entertainment, and this is my box office breakdown or analysis, where in this video I'll break down the second weekend drop of F9, as well as the debut for Boss Baby 2 and the Forever Purge, which gave us another sign of recovery for the box office. I'll also cover holds for other movies like A Quiet Place 2, Cruella, and In the Heights, and then give you a prediction for next weekend's box office with the debut of Black Widow. So, let's get started. So, what kind of recovery do we see this past weekend? Well, we saw that different audiences are coming back to theaters, and that movies with these different audiences can do very well at the same time. How do we see this sign of recovery for the box office on this past weekend? Well, let's get started by looking at F9's second weekend drop. F9 dropped a big 67.4%, making $22.9 million this weekend. I did say the movie was going to have a huge drop on my last analysis video, which you should definitely check out. Link will be in the corner. I break down the box office, and I'll tell you 3 reasons why F9 debuted so big and what this means for the box office, as well as I break down No More Social Distancing in theaters. So if you definitely want to check it out, make sure to click the link. Definitely recommend it. But in that video, I did say how F9 was going to have a big drop, and sure enough, it did. However, that doesn't mean that they didn't make a lot of money. In fact, it did enough money to stay at #1 spot, beating 2 new movie debuts. So the movie is definitely making money. One of the biggest comparisons with this movie's box office has been this movie versus Hobbs and Shaw's box office, which I think fits in really nicely, so I'm going to use it. Last weekend, F9 debuted bigger than Hobbs and Shaw by $10 million. However, this weekend, Hobbs and Shaw beats it because Hobbs and Shaw made $25.3 million on the second weekend, while F9 did only $22.9 million. However, at this point, Hobbs and Shaw had made only $108 million domestically, while F9 had made $115 million domestically, ending the second weekend for both movies, meaning that F9 is still tracking ahead of Hobbs and Shaw. I definitely think that if F9 can beat Hobbs and Shaw's box office, this would be a mega hit. I think this movie will consider to be a big mega hit, because that's huge. And no other movie since the pandemic started has even come remotely close. So that would be huge. Do I think it can do it? Yes. I think there is a possibility that, and I do think that it's going to come very close, whether it does it or not. I think it will be very close. Since this was also a holiday weekend with the 4th of July, there was a 4-day weekend. So the 4-day weekend for F9 was $20.2 million, making $7.2 million just on Monday alone. That is awesome. That is really awesome. And you want to know what else is awesome? Well, that the movie actually crossed $500 million globally. That is huge. And this actually makes me think that this movie can make profit. Because like I talked last week, I didn't think this movie was going to make profit because this movie was around $300 million, which is really crazy. But now I think this movie has a high chance of passing $600 million and maybe even get to $700 million, which would be insane. So yes, in short, F9 is doing great. Now for the Boss Baby 2 debut. The movie did $60 million on the 3-day weekend and $20 million on the 4-day weekend, making the movie debut at #2. This was ahead of its $15 million prediction debut, and the movie has had a really strong debut, especially when you remember that it also debuted on Peacock. This really shows how small Peacock is, because it really didn't hurt the box office for this movie at all. This also shows that family movies get their audience to theaters, which has been a consistent pattern throughout the pandemic. With Croods 2, Raya and the Last Dragon, Tom and Jerry, and more. Like Trolls was also a huge hit for Universal back when the pandemic had just started. So this definitely means that family movies are definitely doing great and had done great throughout the pandemic. Now let's move on to the Forever Purge, which debuted at $12.5 million on its 3-day weekend and $15.7 million on the 4-day weekend, debuting at #3. This also beat its $10 million prediction or expectation. So this movie definitely did good money for its type of movie, which is horror movie. And as such, it has a different audience as F9 and Boss Baby 2, in which all of these movies did good this weekend, proving that different audiences are coming back to theaters, and that different movies with those different audiences can all do good at the same time, which is definitely a great sign for theaters. Not just showing that only one audience is coming back to theaters, no, that a wide spread of audiences are coming back to theaters. That's a great sign, and that they can all do great in the same weekend is also a great sign. So definitely a huge win and a huge sign for recovery for the box office. Looking at the rest of the top 10, A Quiet Place 2 keeps doing amazing, having the number 4 spot and doing $4.1 million on its 3-day weekend and $5.3 million on its 4-day weekend for its domestic box office, putting it at $145.3 million domestically, which is amazing, and it's a huge win for A Quiet Place 2. The rest of the list will be over here. The rest of the top 10 you can see. As you can see, surprisingly, Cruella keeps holding really strong on its 6th week. Him and Swipe's Bodyguard keeps doing medium, as well as Peter Rabbit 2. Medium, maybe a little bit more to the good side, but not great. And In the Heights keeps doing terrible, almost completely out of top 10, which is really sad. If you don't know why I think it failed, you can check out a video that I made. The link will be in the corner. And the movie will probably be out of the top 10 by the next weekend. Talking about the next weekend, Black Widow will finally debut, and it is tracking for a massive debut for anywhere between $80 million to $110 million. Some even saying from $90 million to $110 million. I sure hope it does great. These numbers are for sure amazing, and if it can hit the $100 million mark, then that would truly mean blockbusters are back. That would be a huge deal for the whole movie industry. So if it can do that, or if it can come close to that, like maybe 90 something million, that would be awesome. So hopefully it can do it, but you got to remember that it will have simultaneous release with Disney Plus for Premier Access, which will definitely hurt its box office. So we will see next weekend how it will do, but so far I think it's going to do great, and I really hope it does great. If you want to know more about Black Widow, like first reviews, first reactions and all that, check out my video over here, link will be in the corner, to let you know if you want to see it or not. Like, do I really want to see this movie? Well, I'll give you the first reviews and reactions of a bunch of people to give you an idea what to expect from this movie. So there you go. Check it out. And that will be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Really, thanks for watching, and for watching towards the end. I really appreciate it. So thanks for watching towards the end. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video, or if you found this informative. Please leave a like, or just make somebody's day. You can make my day by leaving a like. So please leave a like. As well as subscribe if you want to have a video like this every week, box office breakdowns every week. Please make sure to subscribe, as well as I do a bunch of other content. I'll be covering Black Widow for sure. I've been covering Loki, and I just keep covering a bunch of things and entertainment business. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos, and so you can keep up to date with the box office. And please leave a comment down below on did you go see any of these movies in theaters? Or are you going to go see Black Widow? And if you are going to see Black Widow, are you going to go see it in theaters, or are you going to see it at Disney Plus? I'm definitely very curious. So definitely make sure to leave down those type of things in the comments down below. I'm very curious to read, and I'll for sure respond. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is Jeremy Entertainment, out.